Hey guys, good morning. It's your girl SeekretD with today's strawberry letter response. So, the letter is written in by a young woman. I don't think it said how old she was. I don't remember. Either way, she said she's dating this very attractive guy. She said when they first started dating, she made him chase her, all these good things, and he was really interested, and she did what she was supposed to do as far as setting up the chase or what have you. So he was like really like trying to get her, really attentive, all these good things. So like a year later, she said he started acting funky. So now it's like he's too pretty. So she said if she wants to go out with their friends, he doesn't want to go if he doesn't have a haircut. Like, he just can't go. She said that she goes sometimes without him, but she's kind of uncomfortable because she turns into like the fifth wheel because their friends are kind of coupled up. So it's kind of like then she ends up not going because his hair is not cut. She said she told him that she loved him, and he said something like, how could you not, or something like that, to that effect. And she said that turned into like a big argument because he obviously didn't say it back. And she said that he feels like he's the prize, and he acts like she can't get anybody else, So she said she had to remind him because he told her like, oh well, I could be with all these other women, yada yada yada. And she was like, well, it's the same thing for me. Like, so she said that it's even uncomfortable when they're having sex because he'll be staring at her and talk about look into these pretty hazel eyes or whatever. Like, so she wants to know if this man is fixable or should she just cut her losses. Basically, that's the letter. So honestly, I have a rule. I don't know if it's a real rule, if you call it a rule, but I really don't date people that's prettier than me, and it's for that reason, and not necessarily that reason, because I don't think I've ever come into contact with anyone that was so self-absorbed. But again, I don't really date pretty people, but that's kind of like, I don't want to say my fear, but that's like what I don't want to deal with, basically. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to deal with somebody who's taking 2 years to get dressed, and you gotta do like 5 hours in the bathroom and the grooming. Like, I don't mind the eyebrows and stuff, because I know some women, they like, if somebody's eyebrows are too clean, they have a problem with it, and they'll act like it's the end of the world because they groom their eyebrows. Like, I've heard people say that, like, oh, he's gay, look at his eyebrows. What? So, I mean, unless he got his eyebrows done and then he got makeup around them, I don't really see how having his eyebrows groomed makes him gay. But there's women who think like that. So I personally don't care about stuff like that, but you can't be too pretty. You can't be prettier than me. You can't care more than me. You know what I mean? So I get her struggle in that fact because I couldn't deal with it. So I'm going to tell you, let his ass go. Because A, nobody's treating me like I'm an option. You know what I mean? Like, oh, a bunch of other women want me. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I can have any woman I want, but I'm with you. Don't make it seem like I can't pull niggas, because I can, okay? Like, she had to let him know. And I don't like that, because I feel like it doesn't matter how good you look or how good you think you look. You should not be, like, basically telling your partner, like, oh, well, I can get anybody I want. Like, when is that ever okay to tell somebody you're with? Like, you're making them seem like you're settling for them, or they're disposable. Like, so I would say no. Hey, I'm not having sex with you. You're talking about looking into these pretty brown eyes. What? Hazel eyes. No, that is not sexy. Even if you didn't say all the extra, look into my eyes. I guess that's not terrible, but no. So I would say cut your losses, because if you tell somebody you love them, it's been over a year, and he can't at minimum say he loves you too. And you know what? I'm not saying he has to love you, because everybody loves at a different pace and a different schedule. You know what I mean? So he might not feel the same way. But his response was very like, ew, like yuck. So that's the only thing. So I would say no. He's basically not dating you. He's dating himself. Like, he's full of himself. And I don't know. Obviously, you can't really deal with it. You talking about, can you fix him? No, you can't. So if you can't see yourself settling down with him, then cut him loose. And I always say that, and I never understand why people stay in relationships when they don't really see a future. It's like, oh, I don't see myself with this person long term, or this, that, and the third, that they do annoy me and all these things, but yet you are still with them. Like, why are you still with them? I don't understand. Like, oh, you don't want to start over, you don't want to do this, you don't want to do that. But let's say you have 1, 2, 3, 4, even 5 years with this person, and there's some stuff that you feel like, shit, I hate this shit, I can't deal with it, they're not fixing it, all these things, and you're just like, oh, well, you're gonna stay because you invested so much time. But you're gonna stay double that time and then leave, because obviously it's something that you're not happy with. And yes, we make compromises. No, we're not gonna be 100% happy with the people that we're with. But at the same time, if something that they're doing makes you feel unwanted, unloved, like super annoyed, because let's face it, some things is just like, you just wanna, so if there's something like that where it's kind of deal breakery, like that would really irk you, you gotta let them go. You gotta let them go, because obviously it's not outweighing the good in the relationship, because you're complaining about it to the point where you're asking if somebody can be fixed. So I would say just let him go. Just let him go, and let him go be pretty with somebody else. Maybe he needs to date somebody who's prettier than him, and maybe he'll be better then. And when I say prettier, I mean like somebody who does all the extra shit. Like, well, I can't go out if my nails not fresh, my hair is not fresh. Maybe he needs somebody like that to kind of match his nonsense, because how are you not going out because you don't have a haircut? A fresh haircut. Like, that's crazy to me. So I'm supposed to stay in the house because you didn't get a fresh haircut? How often are you cutting your hair, and how long is it considered fresh? Like, if you get your hair cut on Monday, are you not going out after Thursday because it's no longer fresh? Like, I need details, because no, absolutely not. So listen, long story short, just leave. That's it. Leave.